Good morning video. First, I've been looking for this all morning. I've looked under the couch, I've looked in the kitchen, I've looked in the laundry, I've looked out on the porch, I've looked everywhere. I was here the whole time. Alright, well, my first video is going to be about planning my 2 weeks. There's a lot. It might sound ridiculous to want to plan 2 weeks, even if you don't have a plan to go to a job afterwards. But there are a lot of factors coming into play when I made this decision like a month ago. I'm pretty sure I made the decision I was putting in my 2 weeks. Factors. There's Come on, buddy, you got it. We got it. We got it. No, buddy. We're filming. I know, you don't like filming. We're filming. Bryson. Oh, forgot something. Coffee. Drinking out of my classic poo cups. Thanks, Mom. Honestly, can't recall how long we've had these poo cups. I know she's had them as long as I've lived with her, in 2005. Alright, enough. There are many factors why I'm trying to plan. Jolly's calling. So you may ask why someone would want to plan their 2 weeks without having an actual plan for a job afterwards. That's a good question, you know, why who does that? A lot of people can do that if you have the ability to. I'm not saying that I'm well off, but I do have the scenario where I'm able to take a step away and reevaluate where my steps are going towards a different path. Yeah, so I have the ability to take a step away and reevaluate where I actually do want to go or what I want to do. And sounds ridiculous, I know. But what I do know is where I'm at right now is the bottom of the hill. You know, shit rolls downhill. And I'm at the bottom and I'm trying to climb out from the bottom, and there is no rise where I'm at. When you're a server, when you're front of house and you're doing tables and that's what you do. You're the peon. You do the footwork and you get told what to do and you go home. It is what it is. So I absolutely love working with people. I love working with strangers. I love talking to them, making people happy. I love being so genuinely happy with people. I vibe off of people. I mean, I don't know you. So, I mean, my judgment for you is going to be, hey, I hope you have a good day. So, I don't know. It's just how I am. I'm just overflowing with positivity. Some people call me eccentric, and then I'm taking the word back, you know? I'm eccentric, and I'm proud to be eccentric, and then I'm just dealing it out just like this, you know? Hello, how are ya? What you doing? BB. What, you need to go potty? What? So, stop, rewind. I want to talk to you about McDonald's, right? My first ever job out of college was McDonald's. When I first started job hunting, I applied everywhere in town because I didn't have a license. I was 24 or 25, didn't have a license. I didn't get my license until a year and a half ago. Don't ask. That'll be a different story. But I applied everywhere. I did not want to work at McDonald's. And so I applied at the liquor store. I applied at Stewart's. I applied... where else did I apply around here? I looked for applications at the gas stations. And I guess I didn't apply to banks or any... I guess I really didn't know what my options were back then when I first started looking for a job. And then it came time, and I applied at McDonald's, and like that, they called me within 3 days. I had an interview. Obviously, it was my first, like, real job interview, but it was a beautifully great interview. I guess my first official interview would be for my double internship at college. I did an internship at an addiction treatment center, inpatient. So that was definitely way more professional for no pay. I mean, I paid tuition. I paid to do someone else's job for them. Who does that? I mean, school, college. So, I mean, I kind of had a standard of how I should have been. And when I went to McDonald's, they were like, hired. Being at McDonald's, I absolutely loved the system. I loved that there were rules, regulations, there was a right and a wrong. There, efficiency, process, timing. That's where all of that started for me. I loved corporate, McDonald's, McCopco. Beautiful, beautiful setup. When you have good managers, which at the time when I started at McDonald's, it was amazing. So within a year of being at McDonald's, I got asked to be a crew trainer, just like that. And then from crew trainer, I was just like, within a year, crew trainer to going to manager's classes. And, you know, sometimes like a shooting star, you burn up so fast and then you fizzle out, right? So I became a manager, but the top manager had got taken from our store and brought to another store, and another one moved in, and she was supposed to be helping me become a legit shift manager. And then again, so our top person got taken from our store and thrown somewhere else. And that's the thing about corporation, is like they will move people where they need to move them if they need to move them, if they're in the same patch. So like they were just throwing new store managers in. And then we got the third store manager I've worked with, and I don't even know how he got to where he was, but I was left to the wayside. I had tried to communicate. I poured my soul and life into that place. I put so much energy, happy, all of that. Anything that I had to give was put into that place. And because of the transition of the top store managers, I had felt that all of the soul and energy and all of the work that I was putting in wasn't being, not that it wasn't being recognized, it was that it was completely going into a bottomless bucket. And so that's why I went on leave, and I didn't intend to, I did not intend to wait out the leave of absence, the full-on 3 months, to be terminated. But I also didn't know if I really wanted to go back. In the meantime, I didn't do anything. I was just here, cleaning the house, just doing what you do when you're home. And I honestly didn't know anything else, so I went back. Of course, they took me back without, like, in a heartbeat. Can you please knock it off, Roman? They will always take me back with a heartbeat. Like, they are McFam over there. I have to say, despite all the pay raises going up and such for minimum wage, people working at McDonald's are literally just trying to have a job so they can take care of their family. And the fact that this animosity is created because of the government or because of these changes that we literally have no hand in. I mean, ultimately, yeah, we could be voting and being more active, But don't blame the people in McDonald's about getting paid. I mean, everyone needs a paycheck, right? People need to survive. So beyond that, the people there are definitely very interesting. The personalities, all of it. It was all great, but it wasn't work cohesive. And even when going back, it was an immediate thing. I got hired back without even a skip. I was going right into crew training again, and I knew everyone was like, you're going to be a manager? You're going to be a manager again? You're going to be a manager? And no, I knew I did not want to take on that responsibility. So it just blows my mind that when you're going into managerial stages that they'll tell you people are going to test you. I don't know if people know they're testing you. I don't know, I mean, if it's either just a natural or purposeful thing, but people all of a sudden lose everything they ever know when you move from one position to another. And that comes full circle. So again, it was, I think, 2 years ago, I planned to put in my 2 weeks because I was working both now at McDonald's and the country club for over a year. I'd be working 8 to 2 most days, and then I would go home for about a few hours, get ready to go to the country club. About 4:30 to 5:30 is when we would start. And I planned my 2 weeks before Christmas 2 years ago. I had to leave just because I would rather be happy with a small paycheck than be soulless and be popping every week with paychecks. Like, I don't care who you are. If you are sacrificing your mental health to get that paycheck, it's not worth it. It really is not worth it. Now, being at the country club for 3 years, now I know things. I think I get comfortable with process, timing, and efficiency, and I want to be able to top my previous day. I mean, it's not that I'm striving for perfection. I'm absolutely just trying to better myself every day when it comes to my work. I want to be proud about what I do because the paycheck is a byproduct, honestly. Yeah, who doesn't want to make money? I mean, I get my paycheck. It is what it is. But ultimately, I get paid in the happiness I dish out, you know? I serve people, I serve happiness. I mean, they might be hungry, but hopefully I entertain or, I don't know. I really do enjoy and loved my job at McDonald's. It was perfect for me. It just was not the right team, I think. And same thing for this place. I love serving people. I love seeing new people. I love making people happy. But I also want to try to do things to the best of my abilities. If I could do it better tomorrow, I'm going to try to. And I've come to this crossroad or struggle, I would say, with how I think things should be running. And being a server, like I said, you are the bottom of the hill. You're a peon. Like, who are you? You serve food to people. So, I mean, trying to put in outside eyes and outside information has been really difficult. And, like, just trying to help, it can be frustrating and almost discouraging when you do your best just to try to help and then it's just falls into that bottomless bucket. I don't have high expectations. I just have certain expectations that I would see to at certain places. And even if someone were to tell me that it's going to be the same at every place, it would be crazy for me to stay doing something thinking that I could change it when I know it's not. I have a lot of skills, a lot of drive, a lot of passion, and I know that all of the potential energy I have and knowledge can be utilized in better ways. And even though I'm not fully sure what that's going to be just yet, I absolutely am solid knowing and I'm confident that my next step will be continually supported. Individually, everyone that I've ever worked with, I appreciate as a person, and it is different, not different, okay. I appreciate them as a person, and you have to suspend the fact that they're great people when it comes to a work environment, because they could be the nicest and best person and still not be cohesive to the work environment. And the energy put forth in trying to make it right or trying to smooth out that, it is so draining. And I feel like the only change that I can do to benefit the situation is to remove myself from it. I do not want to turn into the bitch that I did, because I definitely, once I got so knowing of what I was supposed to do at McDonald's, I was starting to snap at people, because if you know what to do, why aren't you doing it? You know what I mean? Like, and I know I trained people and they would be like, I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know that. I trained you. I physically stood with you and taught you this, and you're telling me you don't know is a load of shit. And so things like that, I can't be, it is not good for the other person or for me or for anyone in the team for me to be explosive. And it just doesn't work well. So I have to remove myself so that way it doesn't come to that situation. I cannot be petty and agitated over things that really, if they don't care about it, why should I care about them caring about it? You know? An attitude, really, I really think that there could be different approaches to attitude in this workplace, and just stay tuned in to what you're doing and how you're feeling. And if you absolutely are dreading going to work, complain every day after you come home, just really consider yourself. First and foremost, yourself. Because ultimately, I mean, that's who you have. When you're at work, and I mean, when you go to a new place, that's who you have, is yourself. Don't lose yourself. Don't become this cold, shady person just to get the paycheck. I know some of us really need the paycheck. I understand we're trying to support our families, but I also understand that the quality of life needs to be taken care of in order to be able to continue. Yeah. There are many things since I've left McDonald's. I've made a lot of more positive decisions. I've become a whole new person since I've left there. I've grown from that. I'm also growing from this job. And I feel like it is the right progression that I'm going to be planning my 2 weeks. It feels right. I feel like there's a lot of signs that keep pointing to it. And you know what? The other girls will benefit because it's Christmas time and it's New Year's. And honestly, I mean, I feel like I'm helping out them. I don't know. It just feels right. So just listen to yourself, listen to your body, and figure it out, just be positive. receive the abundance of joy and gratuitousness, 2020 is gonna be ballin'. Let me tell you, I'm that girl. I feel 2020. Oh, it's scary. It is gonna be scary, but you know what? The most hardest feeling things have the biggest bounties. I tell you, the hardest hurdles have the biggest bounties. Yeah, so see you next time. Maybe jobless.